done.
Yes.
Especially in this scenario.
See, what bothers me about this is I think that, it's a John Laurinaitis issue. It's a talent relations issue. The buck stops with him when it comes to that, and Vince McMahon has given him authority. Mm-hmm. But when you have Madison Square Garden chanting, and now every arena they go to, there's some level of a chant, some loud, some soft, but it's always there. It's big on the internet. You've lost your job over it. And now, rather than Vince McMahon, who runs the company, picking up the phone and addressing it to you personally and saying, Matt, here's why it was done, or I need to find out what's going on. There's almost like, even with you didn't start with him 6 months ago or a year ago. Right. You've been with him for a long time. There's a lot of history. I can't believe that Vince McMahon hasn't picked up the phone and said, this is a big enough deal that I should be talking to Matt, getting his side, or at least speaking to him about why a decision was made. What does that disappoint you, or do you think that Vince is under an impression that you did something so heinous, and that it's even, and in his mind he has proof that it's not even worth talking to you?
I honestly don't know,
yeah.
but I would.
I'm obviously asking for a guess, but
sure, I would like to think that that situation would be addressed instead of not addressing the situation, which was the issue. Because even if they were speculating on their own, they didn't want to let me know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they didn't address this issue.
Because their official line was, creative had nothing for you. The creative department had nothing for you. I mean,
well, it wasn't really that. It was just that we're going to look at some other guys.
Yeah.
There was never like creative.
Well, the off-record that I got was creative was not sure what to do with you.
But there were several ideas circulating around. Like I said, when I left, Stephanie and Vince were extremely high on me.
Yeah.
So that's obviously a bullshit answer.
And we're going to see where this goes over time. But as of this moment, they're hinting at doing the storyline with Lita and Edge. With on the air, Lita and Edge crossing paths, making eye contact. What is that about, and how does that make you feel?
It's very awkward to watch, and I really don't know what it's about as far as that goes. And I would imagine just the reason they've had them doing that is just to address the chants. Yeah. But it's.
You seem positive. You seem excited that these chants are happening because, on one hand, it shows a support for you, but there's also a downside.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the main reason why is just like, once you get rid of all the championships and money's made, whatever. I mean, really, the most simple, important thing to me is just like what people think of you, really, and just what kind of mark you leave, and as far as the respect they have for you. Yeah. And to me, it's just very important that those people were very respectful and sympathetic towards my situation. And to me, just doing that just shows that they side with me, and it's very flattering.
A lot of them, though, don't know what Edge or Amy's side is. They don't know a lot of details. I mean, some of them do the one starting to chant.
They just heard the story that's out there, though.
The word going around.
Sure,
but a lot of them are chanting it because it seems rebellious. I mean, honestly, a lot of them are not.
Sure.
They're not, Matt's my best friend.
Oh, absolutely not. But I tell you what, I think more than just saying that, Matt's my favorite wrestler, I think there's a lot of people that really can relate to the situation. Yeah. Because so many people, like, in my email address that I have, the Angelic Diablo at earthlink.net, that people have been emailing me at. It's just like my fan email address. Yeah. I've literally had probably 2,500 emails of people, guys and girls, that have been involved in the same situation. Says, dude, it feels for you, and I really hate you've gone through all this. And I think just people that see that, they're like, fuck, this is an injustice. That's really what I think it is, more than people that like me as a wrestler, that they just feel sympathetic because there's so many people that's been involved in that situation.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. And if you could go back and change one, I know there's things you would change.
Sure.
I mean, you can't have your heart ripped out and be through these emotions and not do something you regret.
Right.
But you can understand. You don't look back and go, that was ridiculous, I did it. But you would say, well, in retrospect, I might change it.
Absolutely.
What are a couple things you would change?
I mean, just like I said, just even when I was so irate with Amy that first morning, I would just say, now, what is this? Yeah. Don't leave. We're going to sit here and talk about this, because what is this? Yeah. Just considering we had, so many years, so much water under the bridge, just try and, obviously she had lied to me, for a while, but at least try and figure out where all this was coming from. Yeah. But it was, at that point, humanly impossible for me. But going back, I wish I could change that. Yeah. And going back, I wish I had have, told my closer friends and talked with them, but just been able to try and control my emotions whenever I kept getting hit with all these blows, because just all I would do was like vent or, have outbursts. Yeah. And it's just, it's easy to say it looking back. It's very hard to do at the time. Yeah. But it's just, those are the things I would just try to stay more level-headed and not as mad. But it's hard to say it. It's hard to do that. It's easy to say that, but it's very hard to do that.
Yeah, I don't think too many people are looking at this and saying Matt should have been rational during this. They may think you weren't perfect, but they're not expecting you to be rational 100%. Can you make a good living and feel good about your career and be happy working non-WWE dates? Is this exciting for you? Are you determined to say, I'm going to actually make something better because of this unfortunate situation?
That's the only way I can look at it.
And is it realistic, or are you fooling yourself? I mean, is there enough opportunity out there to really make things work?
I don't know. I mean, just like if you had someplace like a TNA that's an upstart that has a possibility of doing something, I mean, that motivates me to try and get there and give them everything within me.
Yes.
You know, to try and be a leader there and try and be somebody that helps them turn the corner.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just, I fulfilled a lot of, signing that contract was fulfilling a dream. Winning the tag team championships was a dream. Having a singles championship was a dream. You know, just being successful on my own was a dream. And I fulfilled a lot of things. There's a lot of things, believe me, left that I would love to do.
Yeah.
You know, and I definitely think there's a good chance I'll be in the WWE again one day.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely believe that.
Yeah.
But also, if I'm not in the WWE doing other things, I think I have a lot to offer. You know, not only just as a talent and wrestler, I have a lot to offer because I've learned a lot. And I feel there's a lot of younger guys I can even give information to, and I'm all about that too. I mean, there's so many people that take from the business but never give back, and I'm very happy. It makes me happy to give back, you know, and help others.
Yep.
Because that's one thing. So many people have helped me along the way, and I know that that's a very important part of the business, and a lot of people miss that.
And you're going to have an opportunity now, without any interference, for the most part, you don't know until you're there, on TNA, on national television, to do what you want creatively, and most likely be featured in a way where you have more creative control than ever.
Hopefully so.
You hope so. And I mean, that they could turn out to be a golden opportunity to develop something that actually someday might translate to WWE, assuming TNA doesn't get a big contract, big investor, and move to their level.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you never know. I mean, you just have to, it's just like anything else, man. I mean, you go through a lot of bad, turbulent things in life, and I mean, you just can't lay down and die. You just have to look at it the best way possible and say, well, this is this is the hand I've been dealt. What can I do with this? And if I can do this with it, I'm going to make the most out of it. So that's just kind of the situation I'm in. I mean, it's just all the way around just a really, really shitty situation. Because, like, you know, I lose my dream job that I've worked for all this while, and it's indirectly because I was with my dream girl and she kind of fucked me over. You know, so it's just pretty impactful in a negative way.
And with 2 or 3 words that summarize your emotions at this moment regarding the last few months.
What are 2 or 3 words?
2 or 3 words that just pinpoint, summarize your state of mind right now. Bitter, hopeful, inspired, crushed, anything like that. Just a few words that kind of summarize.
Dismay, just unbelievable. I don't know. It's just you really can't put it in 2 or 3 words, man. There's just so much.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that my range of emotion is just I've hit like every bad emotion there is. You know, in that range of bad emotions. I don't think there's 2 or 3 words you can put it in. You're just sitting here talking about. We've put it in at 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's just really hard to. It's just.
Can you trust ever again?
I think you have to be able to. I mean, if you can't, then you'll just be miserable.
Yeah.
You know, you could probably do things different. It's just terrible that, you know, believe me, I just know in my heart too, like, she made a huge mistake. And even if she doesn't realize it now, wherever she ends up going, she will one day.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. I really, that's the thing I hate most about the whole situation, because I like being very secure and very sure about where I'm headed.
Have predictability.
Yeah, that I know what's going on. You know, I've got a lot of security in my future, and just everything is kind of there, and I know what I'm dealing with. And now I'm in a situation where I don't know what I'm dealing with. Like my personal life, I don't really know where I'm going to end up, and even my professional life, I don't know where I'm going to end up. So it's a very odd situation.
And 2 or 3 sentences then, where do you want to be in a year? Who do you want to be with? What state of mind do you want to be in?
There's no way I can even answer that.
I mean, do you want to be with Amy in a year and have everything be good, or are you not even sure? There's too many variables.
It's really hard to be sure about that.
Yeah.
It is. Because, I mean, what if things, you know, we decide to work things out, and then we work back together, but then just things are different. I mean, there's so many variables that you can't really account for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just, I hate being in limbo like this is. And it's really, I'm in the ultimate limbo.
Yeah, professionally and personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.